But welcome to the programme. Good to see you. Well, obviously, this is very close. We're still waiting for more detail. What do you think is going to happen? What are you hearing? What are you going to call?
Well, I mean, I think the two different agencies, they're going to meet at some stage, and then the results are not going to be too different. It looks like the Anadolu agency is already reporting from those ballot boxes where Erdogan is leading, and then the Anka agency is reporting from those ballot boxes where Kılıçdaroğlu is in the lead. It looks like the turnout has been a bit lower than the first round, so that must be a bit worrying for the opposition candidate. But I suppose in the next few hours we will start to see the accurate picture.
We're just going to have to wait, aren't we? You've written recently that the Turkish economy is going to drive the country's relationship with the international community, the rest of the world. If Erdogan wins, where do you see the economy going?
Well, I mean, towards the elections, Erdogan had been boosting money into the economy in order to win the elections. Turkey has been through this huge big earthquake, and in the aftermath of the earthquake, a certain reconstruction process has already started. So I pretty much presume that Erdogan will have to go back to the international markets in order to draw as much foreign capital as possible. That may come with certain conditions, obviously, in terms of his non-orthodox kind of economic policies. But I very much think that Erdogan will have to talk to the Western institutions in the aftermath of the elections.
Given the story of the earthquake and the government's response, given the basket case of an economy, why did the opposition go so wrong, if indeed they have lost this election?
But we don't know whether they lost it yet. In fact, this is significant kind of a number of votes for the opposition. We have to see that. The country is tremendously polarized. You also have to need to understand it's 50-50, 49-51. I mean, in this kind of polarization, we cannot say that the leader himself is very much comfortable in his lead. But particularly when you look into the earthquake zones, we see that AKP is still in the lead, although their lead has been decreased in comparison to the previous elections. But my interpretation is that under trauma, people, they vote for continuity. So basically, the trauma makes people to think about the aftermath, and then the aftermath always comes with something that you're used to rather than something extraordinarily new.
Will this election results, whenever we get it, change how the international community, the rest of the world, sees Turkey?
I very much think so. I mean, if Erdogan is really going to win, it looks like this electoral authoritarian system will be consolidated in Turkey. Turkey is a NATO country, as you know. Turkey is an extension of Europe. It's at the peripheries of Europe. So European Union will need to engage with Turkey. However, the authoritarian turn in Turkey is not really singular in that part of the world. So Hungary is one case. Poland has been on the margins of authoritarianism, let alone Russia, the situation in Russia, etc. So I will have a feeling that the international community, particularly the West, will need to engage with Turkey. But I mean, it will be quite interesting to see whether they will engage with Turkish terms or Erdogan terms, or with their own terms that would require a lot more respect for democracy and human rights.
Umut, I'm sure we'll talk more over the coming days as we find out the details of the result. For the moment, thank you for your time and your expertise. Umut Korkut, Professor of International Politics at Glasgow Caledonian University.
Thank you, Jamie.